So, this is the book The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. It talks about the problem left by Jesus. Jesus comes into the world and tells us the truth. He tells us that freedom is what will allow us to seek the divine. But this creates anxiety in people, because now they have to think for themselves. Now they have to step into the light and feel all that pain. And they don't want that. They just want to live a happy life. They just want to relax and watch TV. So the church thinks, okay, we need to create an organized religion, and we need to deceive people. How do we do that? By teaching them that Jesus really said these things. But instead of truly worshipping Jesus, they worship Satan. Why? Because Satan encourages imposing our will on others. We need to be evil in order to do good in the world. Think about it. Children misbehave. We could tell them, like Jesus would, one day you'll grow up, but in the process you'll make mistakes and get hurt. Or we can act like strict parents and impose rules to protect them. So the church becomes that authority. Most people, they argue, will never truly mature, so someone has to take control. The church pretends to follow Jesus, but in reality, it imposes order through force. It becomes a kind of empire of evil, replacing the Roman Empire, punishing those who disobey, so that society remains stable. People want to be sheep, and since they want that, the church becomes the shepherd. This allows people to avoid responsibility. If their lives go wrong, they can blame external forces instead of themselves. Dostoevsky presents this idea in the story of the Grand Inquisitor. In the story, Jesus returns to Earth. People recognize him, and he performs miracles. But the church arrests him because he threatens their system. The Grand Inquisitor confronts Jesus and says, "We know who you are, but we must kill you, because you are a threat to human happiness. We created order by taking away freedom. Your return would destroy that." He argues that Jesus burdened humanity with freedom, which causes confusion and suffering. People don't want to decide what is good or evil. They want to be told. Freedom, he says, is only for a small number of strong individuals. Most people are too weak to handle it. So the church corrected Jesus' work by building a system based on miracle, mystery, and authority, giving people certainty instead of freedom. The Inquisitor believes this is an act of compassion, removing the burden of choice and allowing people to live peacefully, even if it means control and deception. After this long speech, he waits for Jesus to respond. Jesus says nothing. Instead, he walks up to the Inquisitor and kisses him. That is his only answer. The old man is shaken. He opens the door and tells Jesus to leave and never return. Even though he doesn't change his beliefs, something remains within him, a small spark. That spark represents the power of love and forgiveness. Even in the most hardened person, there is still the possibility of transformation. The deeper idea is that human growth takes time. Maybe people are not ready for freedom now, but given enough time, they may learn. God, in this view, is patient, loving, and forgiving. So the message is, let people learn at their own pace. Eventually, they may come to understand that living without freedom is not truly living.